So let's log in to Omni as a HR manager user. Let's go to HR and payroll, staff management. And under talent acquisition in the submenu, click on the openings and positions option on the left pane. So this screen displays the list of openings and positions in the system. We're going to add a new openings and positions, which is basically a requisition for a particular position. So let's add a due date here. Let's choose February the 1st. Let's not select any business unit. As a department, let's choose projects. Let's add a cadre, let's say officer. And as a position, let's add site engineer. For the reporting manager, we'll have to choose a user in an employee that's already there in Omni, who is a officer. Required number of positions and a description for the job. Any skills, a required qualification, an experience range, and an employment status, let's say permanent, priority for that. And we have to choose at least one approver. So let's choose Krishnaswamy Iyer as the approver. Click on save. And this has added a new requisition for a position into the system. So now we're going to log in as Krishnaswamy Iyer to approve this requisition. So let's log in to the self-service Omni HR portal. We'll use Krishnaswamy Iyer's username, which is EMPP3, and we'll use the password for this particular user. Let's log in. And this is the Omni HR self-service portal for Krishnaswamy Iyer. So let's go to talent acquisition. And this is the requisition number 5 that we just created. So we'll click on the edit link. And let's say I like this requisition, everything is fine. So let's change the status to approved. And the resource requisition has been updated. So let's go to approved requisitions. And once we go back into Omni, we'll see the approved requisitions. So let's go back to Omni. And this is Omni. And here we're logged in as the HR manager. So let's go to approved requisitions. And we see requisition number 5 that was approved by Krishnaswamy Iyer. So we can also view it. So this is requisition number 5 and it's been approved. So now the next stage is to add candidates to this particular requisition. So let's go to CV management and let's add a particular CV. So let's choose the requisition. It's requisition number 5 against which we're going to add the requisition. So let's say and we can add a resume. So let's add a PDF file here. And let's click on save. We have to add an experience as well. And this has added the candidate into the system. So we can check the resume out. We can also see the details of the candidate. And we can download the file that we also uploaded. So the next stage after we add a candidate to the particular requisition is to schedule interviews for this particular person. So let's go to scheduled interviews. Let's click on add, and we'll choose the requisition, and then we'll choose the candidate whom we added into the requisition. We'll choose an interviewer. So let's choose Krishnaswamy Iyer again, and he'll do the interview in Mumbai. And let's choose India, Maharashtra, and New Bombay. And the interview type will be in person, and a date for the interview. So let's choose this, and let's say he's going to do this at 12 noon, and let's say final interview, and click on save. So that's the interview that we have set up for this candidate, and it should be now available with on Krishnaswamy Iyer's login. So let's go back to the login that we had for Krishnaswamy Iyer. Let's go to scheduled interviews, and we see that the same interview that we have assigned for this candidate has been given to Krishnaswamy Iyer. So let's check out this interview. This is the interview, and we can download the resume and check it out as well. Let's go back to this, and let's edit the interview. So this is the interview round. We can click on edit here, and let's put in a feedback. And let's give a status for the result. So let's say as the status we put selected, and click on update. So we can now see this candidate back in the shortlisted and selected candidates, but for that we'll have to go back to the HR manager login. So this is the HR manager login again, and let's go to shortlisted and selected candidates. Let's go to CV management. We have to approve this person again. Let's go to use of person whom we had an interview for. Let's go to scheduled interviews. This is the interview. And this was the selected. So let's change the interview status to complete and candidate status to shortlisted. So let's click on update. Yes. So now we have updated the candidate status. So now we can see that candidate in shortlisted and selected candidates. That's a Yusuf Pathan. So this is the candidate whom we had essentially added to an approved requisition. Against the requisition, then we scheduled an interview with a particular employee. Then that employee logged in to the self-service portal and entered his feedback, and then selected this person, and then from the selected person we approved and completed the process in the HR manager login. So now what we're going to do is, once this person is ready, we're going to just simply click on this button, green link, to convert him to an employee. So let's put an ID. Let's give Mr. and let's give a role. Let's choose a business unit. So right now we only have departments for this one, so let's choose department. Let's choose a reporting manager. Let's choose a cadre as officer and a position as site engineer. Employment status as permanent, date of joining as today, and let's click on save. And this added the employee, and the employee would have gotten a login information for Omni HR using this particular email address as well. So this completes the talent acquisition process.